Alright. Hello there, fellow survivors. My fellow freshlings, younglings. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on this channel, consider joining our DayZ on console community by hitting that subscribe button. And to stay always notified when I am posting my DayZ videos, don't forget to click on that bell icon. Right, so this is your first time playing, or maybe you have played a bit, but the game was a bit difficult, you didn't understand. Now you're looking for some advice in DayZ. And here's where Papa Priest comes into the game and helps you out. I'll give you some small hints, and I'll try to explain you how to play the game. Alright, now on this server, as you can see, we have night. Nights are a bit difficult to navigate. When you spawn, basically on the coast, for example, which will happen probably 90% of the time you will play, what I like to do, so basically place yourself so that the sea is on your left side. And then look at the sun. Look for the sun. So basically now there is no sun, but I know that the sun will raise somewhere over there and will go down probably kinda somewhere over there. So that's the east basically, and that's west. So, but you actually can spawn on the east coast, and then the sun will raise somewhere over there and then go down there. So, okay, if you have placed yourself to the sea, and now you need to find out where you are, so like I said, search for the sun. If the sun is somewhere like this direction, it might be somewhere over there, over your head, but it will be always a bit over the sea. So that means this is south. And you are on the south coast. And if the sun is behind you, then south will be obviously behind you. You are looking at north, and this is then the east coast. So now you have found out where you are, at least on the coast, but you may be spawned somewhere else. You won't spawn always in the same place. Obviously, you might spawn somewhere in the woods or somewhere like in a industrial area. But now at least you know which side you are, and then when you come to a city, village or whatever, then at least you have a bit a shorter distance to look for where you might be. So that much I can tell you. Now the town names are all in Russian. You need to compare the letters to understand which town you are at. Now let's assume you are already in a town, and yeah, let's simulate your first encounter with a infected. So before we go into the fight with a infected, you need to know a few things. Basically, with the left trigger you put your hands or fists up. Then if you press left shoulder once, or not press, like click, then you will do this evade maneuver. Sometimes might help, sometimes not. It depends how good you are at using this. So I'm playing on a third-person server because, yeah, the nights are a bit brighter here, and this is a official server. Okay, now basically, if you go backwards while your hands are up, then you will block any incoming attacks from zombies and players. But if players have a blunt weapon, no, bladed weapon, sorry guys, bladed weapon, then they will be able to cut you. But you will block a bit of damage. So let's simulate your first encounter. So, as you saw, the zombie hits twice. One hand and now two hands. Oh, okay, it was too slow. One hand, two hands. And while the zombie is punching you with this power move, you can hit the zombie. So we have basically multiple, or not multiple, two ways to punch a zombie. A light hit and a power hit. So if you go to controls here, then you have two schemes. The default scheme and the new control scheme. So I'm using the new control scheme, so that we are all on the same page here. Now you have killed a zombie. Oh, I was actually talking about the punches. Okay, we have light kill with the right shoulder trigger, and with the X button you will do the super punch, basically. But be careful, if you do too many super punches, you will then do just normal punches because you just ran out of stamina. If you go backwards while you are recharging your stamina, yeah, at some point you will be able to do another super punch. So now we have killed our first Zamboni here. It lies on the ground with a plus beside infected on the left side. So that means this Zamboni has something in its inventory, and it is actually, or it works with all the items that have inventory or additional slots. So if you see this plus sign, then it means this specific item or Zamboni or another player has something in its inventory and it's worth pressing the inventory button. So in the inventory with the shoulder buttons, LB and RB, I think they are called, you can switch between equipment, hands and vicinity. So with your D-pad you can then scroll around and select the items. So the zombie has now this Petushok head, basically. What it is, it's a chicken head. Petushok means rooster. Just a small fun fact here. Oh, fishing rod. Okay, nice. So if you find a fishing rod, here you can see there is a small hook icon. That means you will need to find another hook, or you will need to find a hook in order to be able to fish. And you will need a bait. For the bait, you'll need to have a shovel, or basically something to dig. Or you can use a knife as well. We'll talk about fishing and hunting a bit later. Now, what you should know how to deal with is hunger and thirst. So if you spawn in a village, let's say, or city, and you're playing a high pop server, then there is a high chance that other players have just picked everything clean. If you are playing on a low pop server, like I'm doing here, just for the tutorial sake, let's say, you will actually find a few things. So let's go into the first house. So what I like to do is, you go basically in few houses, look around, look, meat beater, and if you find some stuff then it means nobody ran through here, and you can actually search for food and all the shenanigans. So as you can see, Capri Pants has a plus sign. I go inside and voila, there is a battery. So I just hit red apple. That means I will be now hungry and I will lose some health. So because I am a experienced player, I am not that worried about it. So just search for a zombie, beat the zombie up, look at in its inventory, and we find a knife. Alright, nice. Good find. Knives are good to open cans, so there are some cans that you can't open with your bare hands. You will need something to open it with. So you can have a can opener or a knife. Basically something bladed will always open a can if you can't open it with your hands. Motorcycle helmets are actually great helmets to wear in the beginning because they will give you some sort of protection. Ooh, look at this. Now we have a gun. And if you see a bullet beside or above the gun, then that means that this gun is loaded. So now we are loaded with a gun. Alright, so let's say you have found a gun, you have maybe a big melee weapon, and you want to put it in a hot slot, so you can select it from this wheel here. To open this wheel you need to press right button, and then it will come up, and with your right stick, you can select what you want. Then press X, A, sorry guys. So in order to select it, this item into your bar here, basically hover over the item and push and hold right button. Then select the place you want to have it, press A, and then you are basically loaded. Now let's search for food because I don't want to die here. These bullets are great to kill zombies, but we need a weapon for the gun. I mean the gun for the ammunition. Let's wear this tracksuit. Why not? Oh yeah, as you have maybe noticed, since I'm wearing the helmet, now I have this stupid outline of a helmet around my screen, so this is not a bug, this is just a feature to simulate that you are wearing a helmet. To some people might be very annoying, and it is a bit annoying, but hey, everything for protection. Right, I hear a chicken outside. Let's go and grab the chicken. Actually, a good starter food. Okay, we have the chicken. Let's beat the cock, and now we have a chicken. So, now, if you have a knife already, don't cut the chicken up, because if you cut it up, you will have bloody hands. And if you eat with the bloody hands, you will basically die of some sort of infection. Can't remember which one. So now we have a knife in the hands. Let's craft some rags. Okay. Let's get the rags into our hands. And then on the left corner, bottom left corner, you can see we have now some options. Craft armband, improvised eye patch, face wrapping, feet wrapping, head wrapping. We need hand wrapping or hands wrapping. Right. Now we have crafted some improvised gloves, so to say. Let's wear them. And now we are safe to cut up our chicken here, so skin quota. So because we are wearing these basically improvised gloves, we won't get bloody hands. And we got 3 breasts. That was a bit a mutated chicken, you know, Russia and all that stuff. Chernobyl. It's actually in Ukraine, but whatever. So with the bones are actually very useful things. And I'll show you in a minute what you can do with the bones. So, if you have a very annoying friend who is talking in the game, chat. So basically, like you saw the small microphone, you can take single rack. It works only with a single rack. If you have multiple racks, then you have to split them. Now, you can actually gag the player. Just put... yeah, look at this. Okay, now I have gagged myself. Okay, now I'll be quiet for eternity. Oh, look at this. This Zamboni over there has a backpack. Let's get the backpack. And this zombie looks like it was attracted already once. Okay, if a zombie wears something, for example a backpack, try and look all the way up as possible. Then you won't damage the backpack or any items it wears, because if you beat the zombie straight into the chest, you might damage basically the item. Okay, now let's go into cooking. Ooh, look, okay, this is actually great. Sometimes some apples or basically fruits, for example a pear, can spawn under a fruit tree. So it happens if you basically like ran past here, then it will activate a spawner which will spawn an apple between 5 and 10 minutes. Okay, let's craft a bone knife here. The more players are in the vicinity of this tree, the more apples will spawn. Okay, we have a bony knife. So we'll need some bark. Let's get 2 bark because we need to make a fire kit as well. 2 bark. This pear, if you can see, it says it's rotten. That means if you can actually eat 1 fruit, 1 rotten fruit. So there was a player shooting. That's great. Okay, I don't need the bark. I need the bush. Okay. Ooh, something to drink. These soft drinks will give you some hydration and energy. So if you are hungry, always drink them. Right, now let's get the bone knife here again. Let's get the long stick. Didn't need to do that, okay. Now let's go into this house here and make a fire quickly. So what I did here, I just hold my long stick. Sounds very bad, but it's a long stick. I hold it in my hands and break it down, basically. Oh man. Craft hunt hand trail kit. Okay, we need one bark and one stick for that. So these two sticks can go into the fireplace. We can get the hand drill kit and hand drill this. Oh yeah, sorry. We need this bark here. So in order to place this bark into the oven, you can actually hold it. Oops, always watch up. You can hold it in your hands, or you can hold right trigger and move it to the according place. So it belongs in there. Now let's hand drill this oven here. Now while the fire is getting hot, we can break some sticks here. Nice. Okay, let's put them in there. Okay. Now, in order to cook, what I like to do is drop all the meat on the floor and take one piece and put it on cooking. So basically 2 pieces on cooking and 1 on smoking. What it does basically, it will cook these first. This will be sort of say cook as well in the background, but as soon as these finish to cook, you then take the smoking piece and put it on cooking, and this will immediately cook the piece. Okay, this one is ready. Now we can put it in here, and look how fast this will cook. Yeah, it still takes a bit. But if you have more on smoking, as soon as these two will finish again, put them in here and they are immediately cooked then. Right, now we are good. Now we can eat the meat. Okay, if you see a zombie like standing in this strange position like this one is, that means this zombie was alerted once. So they are on high alert. Okay, now we start to find some good food here as well. Right, and if you can't find anything for melee, let me show you something. This is my favorite thing to do. So, not this. Get your knife out and try to cut a bush. You'll then get this long stick. Now if you take some bones, make a bone knife, a fresh one, preferably. Great. Now take the knife in your hand and craft improvised spear. Oh man, quicker. Nice. Now we have a means to protect ourselves. Now, here the power punches work as well. So the power punches work with all melee weapons and fists. And the blocking works as well. Oh man. Oh, this guy had a dried pepper. If you are not sure what the condition of the food is, just hover over the item and then a dialogue window will pop up after a few seconds. Now let's put this in here and put it on our bags. So let's not do this, let's do that. Let's get some rags here, because when our bandages will be finished, then we won't have anything to bandage ourselves, and that's bad. Boom! And you are done. The spear is actually very underrated item to use against zombonis or even players. The spear is my favorite thing to do because it's easy to make and it is a easily available item. For example, if you don't have any bones, you can just cut a bush, get a long stick. Let me show you. So let's hope a long stick will drop. Yes, nice. So now you can obviously craft multiple things. Oh, that's a short stick. Okay, long stick. You can sharpen it, and if you sharpen it, the sharpened stick will work as a boned spear. Or, for example, if you find a small stone lying somewhere on the ground, pick it up, go to a bigger boulder, and then you will be able to craft a stone knife. This stone knife you can use as a knife, or you can put it on a stick, and then you will have a primitive spear as well. And these things are very powerful. Okay, we have some ammunition. Right, let's say you have found a gun and some ammunition. So how do you actually use the gun so you can shoot? Pew 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 pew. Because, for example, for this gun I'll need a magazine. I'll need to load the magazine with the right ammunition so I can shoot it. So if you hold Y button, then your character will reload this gun with a single bullet. Very easy. Even if the gun needs a magazine, the character will always put one bullet into the barrel. And then, for example, if you shot, then double tap Y and he will unload it. Or if you hold Y again, he will just unload and then put another bullet. I can't do this because I have a full bullet in there. Works only if you have an empty shell or bullet case in that case. Okay, as you saw, 2 stabby stabs into the head and the Zamboni is dead. Man, that rhymed. Ooh, a shotgun and a cleaver. What a nice house. Do I want to go psycho mode? Nah. Let's not do that. Right, he just stuffed his shotgun into his back. Ooh. No way. Okay, wait. Let's actually swap the spear. If you press X once, then you will take it into your hands. Let's press Y on an item, and then you will equip it on your shoulder. Or if it's a clothing item, then it will swap one of your clothings. But you will still need to put all your items back into your clothing. Let me see if yeah, here. For example, you found a nicer jacket. Now you press Y, and then he swapped the jacket, but the items stayed in the previous jacket. As long as you have space in your inventory, the character will be able to stuff it anywhere. Okay, I hear another chicken here somewhere. Let's actually go and fish a bit, because that's a very interesting thing as well. Let's get the chicken here. So you can actually do it multiple ways. So one way... Oh, I got 4 pieces. And only 2 bones. Okay, that's no bueno. Okay, you can do it 2 ways. You can do an improvised rod, or you can find a rod somewhere. A rod, sorry. Okay, this guy has a better backpack. I just stabbed him into his chest. Okay. Bikers are most of the times very powerful. And I ruined his backpack. Great. Okay, so let me cut these capri pants. So now let's craft a rope. Let's assume you can't find any rods on the coast. So we need to craft a road for you. So that means you can find actually a rope somewhere in the world, but let's assume we are very unlucky and we need everything. Okay, I can't cut up this bee coat. So you will need to find 12 rags, or most of the time you won't find them. You will need to cut up clothing for them. This dress will give you the most rags. Oh great, the bone knife is gone. Okay, steak knife can do this once more. This dress for some reason will give you 6 rags. Now let's not waste the upper rags. Let's get the knife again and cut up the hoodie. Okay, this knife is gone. So in order to combine stuff in this game, you'll need to get one piece into your hands and the other you will need to search in the inventory and press A. Now we have 12 rags. Let's craft a rope. Okay, nice. Now we have a rope. Now what we need is a long stick. You don't need a knife for searching or getting long sticks. If you don't have any gloves, you might cut yourself while you are breaking branches, but yeah, don't happen very often. Right. Now we have a rod. Now let's combine it with this rope here. Okay, now we have a improvised rod. Now let's get the bones. We'll need a knife for that. Improvised hook. You can find a hook, or you can craft one from bones. So we are just gonna craft some from the bones, then just put it into the rod. Now let's get the knife and search for some bait. In order to do that, you'll need to go... What was that? You'll need to go on grass and dig up worms. Okay. One measly wormy worm here. So beware, this fishing mechanic will be redone. So why don't... Oh yeah, do I need to deploy it? Simple rod. Can I just fish like this? Since when? Okay, I think with bone knives, with bone hooks, I can fish without needing a worm. Okay, be aware, the fishing mechanic will be reworked in the next update. So basically when the DLC Sakal will be released, I'll have to go back and redo the fishing tutorial. But for now it works like this. You need a rod, a hook and a bait. Basically it was like this before. So if you have improvised rod and improvised hook, then it might take a very long time before you catch something. And sometimes you might even catch wellies. I don't know why this is even a thing, but sometimes it's funny. Okay, if you don't catch anything for a while, then just go into another place and fish there. Just a unlucky thing to do with a improvised thing here. Do I really don't need any... Oh, you know what? I forgot. Guys, I am stupid. Sorry. Right. Now, you need to drop the hook. Take the hook into your hands and combine it with the worm. Or take the worm into the hands and combine it with the hook. So now we have a baited hook. Now we can place it here. So now we theoretically, in theory, we should catch something. Let's try this theory out. Come on, man, the water is running away from me. What the hell? Hello? Start fish, please? Okay. So I know in real life you should actually throw your bait a bit further away from the shores, but yeah, this is DayZ. And what do we got? What do we got? Oh, yes, man, a tasty mackerel. So in the seawater, you'll get the mackerel, and in the pond water, or rivers, whatever, you'll get a carp. The mackerel will give you the most, yeah, let's say it will give you more water than food, and the carp will give you more food than water. Okay, I don't think... Oh yeah, and every time you catch a fish or catch anything that is... Yeah, you will need another worm. But most of the time, if you catch 2 fish, it's enough to keep you alive for a while. So in this game, in DayZ, you'll need to apply some survival tactics. You can't just go around and search for food in houses and hope that you will stumble across a food can in one of the buildings. You need to apply your hunting skills and fishing skills. Not that you need some special skills in this game, but yeah, just use this technique of eating up cocks and getting some fish from the sea, and you will survive for a bit longer. Yeah, sorry guys, I forgot something very important. A water source. Where to drink? I completely forgot this. So basically you can drink from ponds or rivers, but you will get cholera. I think it's called cholera. So basically you will be sick, and then you will die. To drink safely, you'll need to find this pump here. So basically you'll need to find that pump over there, and you will be able to drink from the pump safely. But be careful that you don't have bloody hands. If you have bloody hands, you can wash them first, and then you can drink safely. Okay, here we have some very tasty water. Okay, just drink it like this. If you have a vessel, for example a water or a flask or a cooking pan, then fill it up and drink it that way. It's very fast. Oh yeah, and for example you are drinking here, like chilling around, and then a player comes from behind, and the player most of the time will give you a interaction with his fist. So when you finish drinking, you probably will get hit. So if you drink and you see a player, press left button to raise your fists up, and then the character will instantaneously stop everything that he's doing, and then you will be saved if you even go backwards as well. you will block his punch. Or you'll have enough time to run away. So not every player will try to kill you, but most player will. Okay, here we have a police station on the coast. It's kinda difficult to find some good stuff in here. But you can get some pistols, for example. Nice. La pistola. Some nicer gloves. What do we have here? Okay, nothing in here, so let's go to the second floor. Another pistol. Right. Handcuff keys. So in this garages behind there, you might find some good stuff as well. The spear is a bit hard to master, but when you get the hang out of the spear, it's a great beginner weapon against the Zambonis. And later on you will use just knives because you don't have any space for anything. You will most of the time haul very much loot on you around. A pump shotgun. Is it loaded? No. But I can actually make it loaded. Okay, some police panties. You can actually change this. Stupid tracksuits. Ooh, a radio. Okay, radio is a great way to communicate with other players, but unfortunately not many players use the radios. And if you do play alone, try to communicate with players. I know it's difficult, you will die a lot, you will be betrayed a lot, but man, I can't tell it enough. We need some more communication with players. We can't just go around and beat everybody. Why is this ruined? I never used it, man. I think Zamboni speed it up. Happens sometimes as well. If you have something in your inventory lying around and the player shoots you or Zamboni beats you, the items can be damaged. Right, back to the radio. Yeah, if you're a loner, or not a loner sounds very sad. If you are a lone wolf, like I am, and you see a player, always try to communicate with the player. You can do so if you press left on your D-pad. And like I said, the microphone will pop up. Wait, let's go to the store there because they have just added some masks. And I want that. So, yeah, try to communicate with players. And maybe, man, you might find a friend. Or you will have a very nice adventure with that player. But like I said, not every player wants interaction, so I can't wear this helmet anymore. My eyes hurting me. Oh man, come on. For me, you didn't have to. Look how many zombies I have just killed with the spear. And it just got damaged. Man, come on. My character is going crazy. And look how much food I find on zombies. So, many players say that you should avoid zombies. But I say you should kill zombies if you're really struggling for food. Yes, not every zombie has food, but I mean, if you go beat a few zombies up, you might find something. And guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Write them down in the comments below, and I will try to answer them all. Yeah, and to talk a bit about your first experience maybe in this game. It won't be a great one. So I know this looks very easy, what I'm doing here, but it's just because I have played DayZ for so long and I just automated everything. I know where to go, I know where to look for loot. For example, if you see a staircase, basically don't go up there, you won't find anything. Like in this house, maybe you can find something in here. Not many players look around, but yeah, most of the time you won't find anything useful up there. These buildings you will find useful stuff. They have only the upper story, as you can see, the windows up there, but these buildings there, these are city buildings. You won't find anything here. In this building, for example, you will find some good stuff. Oh, nice. Good knife. Okay, let's say you have botched up. And now look how many zombies there are. Let's say you really botched up. Try to get a like high ground. The zombies are too dumb to attack you from the high ground. The spear isn't a good weapon to kill the zombies. I would say take a knife and just one hit and go backwards, because as you can see, your player every time... Oh, what? Okay, this one just confused me a bit. Every time your player hits, the player will make a step forward. Or you can, if you have many zombies, then just go for the spear kills. Because if you go backwards, then you will like do the block animation and you will block any incoming damage. Okay, now let's see the trophies that we can collect from them. There might be a lot of them. Ooh, knives. Knives have a very good value on the zombies because you need knives for so many things. Okay, these zombies will give you filters and vaccines against the poison gas that sometimes might drop on different areas. Oh man, come on. You can actually jinx the zombies like this and close them in, so you don't have to fight every single zombie you see. I'm actually very geared to get from here to the most northern towns. But I don't think I will do this in today's episode. So, yeah, last thing I actually wanted to say, and I wanted to say now for I don't know for how long. So basically, your first survival won't be a very nice one. You will die a lot. You will get lost a lot. Just be persistent, learn the map, use iSurvive map on your phone. You can download it from Apple Store or the Play Store, whatever system you have. Yeah, and if you liked this episode, then a like would be a really appreciated thing beneath the video. If you need any other guidance, maybe you want that I continue this series here, then let me know it in the comments down below, and I will continue this. Maybe you have some specific questions about this game, then just, like I said previously, leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer you them. Yeah, right, and this is it from my side. I hope you have enjoyed this little guide. I hope it was helpful, and as always, gear up and stay vigilant, survivors, and I'll see ya in the next one.